Hi, I'm Jupiter, and today we're going to be talking about white guilt, or more the consequences of it. I was watching a video by Red Pill Elephants where he asked white and black people if the New York Times article, "Can My Children Be Friends with White People?" was racist. I'll link the video below, it's pretty interesting. Basically, the white people said no because slavery and whatnot, and the black people simply said yes, of course it is. It shows a problem that's been apparent for a while: white guilt. Professional activists from groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa use white guilt to further their agenda.
But that's the height of white performativeness. Like, if you're really an ally, you just punch allies. You risk going to jail for the fact that they have the platform. You don't need don't even give them the satisfaction of outing. Just punch. Yeah. I told you to do the work. Yeah. Punch a Nazi. Stop being performative. Punch a Nazi. Stop being performative. Punch a Nazi. Stop yelling about it. Be about the shit. You're a white ally.
I'm trying to get it kicked out. I am. I've been fucking fighting for like 3 months. I've put myself at risk of arrest all the time. Somebody threw a fucking megaphone at me.
Glasses, hipster!
The performative shit is done. The performative shit is done. Stop outing them. Punch them. Beat their fucking ass if you're an ally. Be about the shit. Okay, do it then.
You're pathetic.
I was here last night. Fucking fuck people all day long.
You should write your credentials on a giant board for us.
You're still white. You're still responsible. This is your fault. You're inherently racist.
But is white guilt harmful? Yes, it is, and it ironically harms minorities. Welfare is one of the most glaring problems in the black community. It causes women to marry the state and has stagnated the black community. Black Americans make up 32% of welfare recipients, even though they only make up 12% of the population. As of 1960, 22% of black children were raised with only one parent. 30 years later, 2/3 of black children were being raised without a father. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 85% of all children who show behavior disorders come from fatherless homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems come from fatherless homes. 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes, and 71% of all pregnant teenagers come from fatherless homes. In the 19th century, Frederick Douglass understood the dangers from well-meaning whites. He said, "Everybody has asked the question, what shall we do with the Negro? I have had but one answer from the beginning. Do nothing with us. Your doing with us has already played the mischief with us." The politicians give all these handouts for votes regardless of the consequences, while regular people think they're helping. No, affirmative action isn't keeping white students down. And she's right. It's Asians that are being kept down by affirmative action. In an article by The Atlantic, it says, "Despite the complexity of the issues at stake, the debate over affirmative action in America is rarely as nuanced as it ought to be. Treating affirmative action as a practice that either hurts or helps an entire racial group, for instance, prevents productive conversations about its role in college admissions." I disagree. I think you should only get in based on your merit, not your skin color. The article goes on to talk about the Justice Department's plans to crack down on international race-based discrimination in college admissions, and talks about how in the past very little evidence has been found. In 2015, an Indian American told how he pretended to be black to get into med school. He talked about how his friend also wanted to be a doctor. He said he applied to 15 medical schools, got only 2 interviews, and was accepted to exactly 0 schools. He also said the data suggested that an Indian American with my grades and test scores was unlikely to gain admission to medical school, but an African American with the same grades and test scores had a high probability of admission. This is all the bigotry of low expectations. Blacks and other non-whites are equal to whites. They should be treated the same, not like children who can't do anything for themselves. Well, if you like this video, please like and subscribe.